Hey everybody, it's T. It's time for a Blaha video. So, gonna react to the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slaves video one at a time today. Because I noticed he posted like 3 in a row. So we're gonna try to do all 3. Maybe some extras. Who knows? Alright, friends. So we're gonna react to JasonBlaha's video. The gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slave says people aren't getting gains because they follow fake natties who do not know how to train. Yeah, I've said this in all my videos, but people don't listen. Well, yeah, I would agree with that.
Hey everybody.
And that's Blaha. He's a fake natty. And so why would you be following him? See, he already gave his position away. Listen to what he says in this. People aren't getting gains because they follow fake natties who do not know how to train. He's a fake natty. And Blaha doesn't know how to train to get these particular gains. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? Look, man, if you're looking to build this so-called strength, lifting strength off the floor, he takes steroids to lift weights. So how could he train you to do that? All right, because he doesn't have natural experience doing it. He's got unnatural experiences doing that. Then he's like, I'm going to train you how to build a body, how to do bodybuilding. He shifted into bodybuilding. He's telling us like, oh, I'm going to teach you guys how to bodybuild. Meanwhile, he's on steroids and he doesn't know how to bodybuild, not even on steroids. Look at this body. He looks funny. Look at this guy. You got to be joking me, man. This is a joke or something. But anyway.
It's JasonBlaha here representing JasonBlaha Strength and Fitness, and today we're going to talk about the fact that people are not getting results because they're following a bunch of fake natties online.
Yeah, that's Blaha.
Which have dominated most of social media fitness. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, we greatly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed.
Oh, he's dominated social fitness, all right, with 11,000 videos. YouTube should do something about that.
Following, please do so. And if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate that so much. You know, I started talking about this a lot 12, 13 years ago, early on the tubes, when I was a fairly new content creator.
Oh, yeah.
But there were other people talking about it too, and a lot of us come from an older generation where, yeah, there was a lot of gear, but everyone was expected to build a base drug-free. And because of that, you know, standards are different. And today what has happened, we've reached a world definitely in the last, 15 years or so, to where tons of influencers and other people really don't learn the basics. They don't know anything about training. They really and truly do not. And they just hop on a bunch of gear. They start putting out information. And when I say a different generation, what I mean is, and again, let me be clear on this when we're having this conversation. I am not the only name out here in the influencers from my generation to say this. Like several other people have. Even Lowliner got up and said, yeah, Blaha's right. Our generation.
He did like 1 rep. That isn't bodybuilding.
And he was all the way up in Ohio, and I was here in Texas. Okay, we're same age bracket. When we were coming up.
Will this be 1 rep too?
Our early 20s and stuff in gyms. Yeah, I mean, gear was just as prevalent as it is today. People were enhanced. But there was a different community in the sense of if you couldn't lift decent numbers and you...
Wow, he did 1 solid rep. The laziest workout I've ever seen in my entire life.
Did a cycle, like you were made fun of. Lowliner says where he lived, they beat you up. Like the dudes would go take you out.
I think he loves Lowliner because Lowliner is trying to make a comeback now, making crazy videos. Nobody's watching Lowliner. He's got huge numbers as a I don't even know who the hell subscribed to him. Maybe the numbers are bought. Nobody's watching him. It's just like Blaha's numbers, very low. People, they don't like Lowliner anymore. He looks decrepit. He's ugly. He's ugly. His physique is ugly. He's on steroids. And he just wants to sell you some fake product like Blaha. I think Blaha was selling like fake products a while ago, like some powders. He's against all these protein powders, yet he was selling them on his channel. I don't know if he still does. I don't really pay attention.
Back and, slap you around. Where I live, people just got made fun of. Like, it's like you were called lazy, you were called...
Lazy, you were called lazy. People just slap you around. Oh, yeah.
A clown, you were just lazy and didn't put in your dues before you earned the right for it. And people...
You didn't put in your dues before you earned the right for it. Man, this typical peasant slave mentality, bro.
Freak out when we
This is
say what these numbers are.
incredible.
It's like, no one, this is impossible. But we all did it.
That's how the slaves think, you know that? They're so controlled like puppets by the elite. The elite is controlling this world now, man. They want to destroy you. They don't care about you. They want to destroy you if they can. They want to destroy you, your family, your kids, your way of life, you eating natural food. Everybody knows throughout society, if the peasant slaves were to eat meat, guess what? They'd rule society. That's why they have you on the peasant slave food diet, so they can run the show. They can run you. They have you buying all these things, thinking you need these things. I have something. I've got something. You've got nothing. You just don't understand. Here's the thing, truly, I remember my mom once telling me, if you don't have health, you don't have anything. That is absolutely true because her health is diminishing. She's really strong, my mom. I mean, I know some people, they're still alive, they're strong, but they are suffering. And if you don't have your health, you don't have anything because when you're sick, all you could think about is getting better. But when you're healthy, all you could think about is all the things you want to do. See, when I had problems, like I was sick because of the diet and a bunch of things. And once I got better, all I could think about, see, when I was sick, all I could think about was getting better. I kept looking for what would make me better. I ate these during COVID. I ate these crazy plants and everything to try to get rid of my nerve damage, my stenosis, all these things. I tried getting rid of them. They weren't working. They were making me more sick. See what happens when you're sick. All you could think about is getting better. Even my trip when I went away for a couple of months, my last trip was with my friend in Cancun. I told her it was a mistake for me to come because I just felt really sick. I just couldn't get over it. And the trip really for me was like I kept trying to get better. It was like because you're sick, right? But once you get healthy, all you can think about is all the things you want to do. And I just didn't have those thoughts at the time. So there you go. That's a number one reason why you want to concentrate on health. Because just remember this. When you get sick, the only thing you can think about is trying to get better. But when you're healthy, all you think about is all the things you want to do. Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear. Like, straight up. If you couldn't bench 3 plates and squat 4 plates and you went on stuff, you were made fun of. And I'm not talking about
If you weren't on stuff, you were made fun of. If you didn't squat this, if you didn't do these many plates, you were made fun of. I know. So if somebody makes fun of you, are you going to die because oh my God, can you bench 300? No, you're gonna die because you can't. Here's a question: what if you did bench 300, but you don't bench 300 anymore? What does that mean exactly? Means it's artificial, it's fake, okay? Means it doesn't exist. It's only in your head. All of you, it's in your head. So if you expect to be benching 300 your entire life to the day that you die, good luck with that because here's the thing. Your life changes. Not everything it revolves around just lifting a weight for 300 pounds. But I'm just saying, man, look, I only use bodybuilding now for regenerative purposes. I don't use it the way I used it in the past. But hey, man, people want to hang on to the past forever, which you have to evolve at some point. That's why humans are not evolving because they're so stuck in the past. If you live in the past, you cannot live in the future. Listen to me, people, okay? Man, I hope people listen to this. I don't know. I'll say this one more time. If you live in the past, you cannot live in the future. People don't like me because I don't live in the past. I live in the future. I'm constantly evolving. My neighbor here down the street, you know what he told me yesterday? We were walking down the street. It was a nice day, sunny. I passed by and I met him walking down the street. And he goes, holy shit, man. He goes, you're looking younger. And I go, yeah, I mean, And he goes, no. He goes, like 2 weeks ago, you're looking even younger than I saw you 2 weeks ago. That's what he told me. He told me that, and he says you look leaner. You're looking leaner. You look different. He goes, even every time I see you, he goes, you look different. And I'm telling you, from 2 weeks ago, he says you look even younger. And I'm like, okay. So if somebody is telling me that, my neighbor is telling me that, then obviously it must be working. See what I mean? And he's not the only one that told me that. So it must be working. So when people tell you things, you listen to them. You listen to what they say. If people tell me bad things about the way I look or something, then I want to do something about it. So if people are telling you that you look bad or something, or whatever it is you're doing here is bad, then do something about it. Don't just let it happen. Like Blaha, he just makes it worse. People make all kinds of videos on him. They try to tell him he looks really bad. Look at this, no hair, anything. Grow your hair back. Get your looks back. Get rid of this aging thing that you're doing to yourself, Blaha, and you'll get better. Do something about it. Don't just sit there and let it happen. Don't fall apart.
Power lifters, I'm talking bodybuilders, gym rats, right? This is the norm. Like, this was the expectation, okay? This was the expectation.
This is the norm. This is the expectation that peasant slaves have. Yeah.
And everyone built on the basics. Everyone got pretty big and jacked, reasonably so, before they did stuff. And now you see all these creators.
Oh, they did they? They did. They got this jacked and all that. Meanwhile, you say that they need steroids to get jacked because natural people can't get jacked. Everything Blaha says, he contradicts himself. He says that natural people can't get jacked, they need steroids. And now he says these people got jacked and whatever. Bullshit, man. It's all bullshit.
Tons of them are clearly on gear.
Look, when I started going back to like a real gym, there were people in there. They were taking steroids at that gym. Maybe because of the type of gym I went to, the location, whatever, yada, yada. It was a kind of a hardcore gym, actually. The gym that I went to, it was a Gold's Gym, and it was hardcore. There were people in there taking steroids, a lot of people, and they looked terrible, man. They fucking lost their hair. They have bald heads and shit. They didn't look good. They looked terrible. And I was thinking to myself, this is the epitome of what? People trying to look good. They're going to the gym trying to look good, right? That's what I thought to myself. Why do people go to gyms? Well, they say they're trying to get strong or something, or I was like, are they trying to get better at lifting weights? Like, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to get strong, or are they trying to get better at lifting weights? Or are they going there because they want to look good? Look good, what? Physical. But I was like, but it doesn't make your face look good, though. You know what I mean? Gyms, right? And these guys, they looked like ogres. They actually looked worse. Like Blaha. Look at Blaha. You think this is going to make Blaha more attractive to women? The fact that he's lost his hair, he has a pumpkin head, and he has this terrible physique because he can't stop breaking down proteins and aging the shit out of his body and destroying his physique. Look, people, I'll explain this one more time. If you go 4 days, 5 days, 6 days a week to the gym, or 1 day on, 1 day off, whatever it is you're doing there, you're going frequently to the gym, you are destroying your physique. That's why it looks ugly. It looks bad. Now, if you go periodically, that is considered bodybuilding because you just want to break your body down once, but then the rest of the week you want to grow it. You want to build it up. So you'll build a better looking physique doing that. But people that go consistently doing this, eventually they end up with a very bad looking physique. And I know a lot of people are going to say, you know what? Lifting is a lifestyle. Okay, lifting is a lifestyle. Well, guess what? You go lift for that lifestyle, okay, for the rest of that lifestyle. And I'll show you physiques that look like crap after lifting for many, many, many years. These so-called lifters, if you look at their bodies, they got a lot of fat or something. Their physiques, they look fucking poor. You know what I mean? Then they're online complaining about why their women are leaving them. They're having these episodes and stuff and everything. Want to know why? Because not only has it destroyed your attractiveness in your face, but it's also destroyed your attractiveness in your body. Your body just looks terrible because you've destroyed it. You've destroyed it. You've never regenerated your body. You're destroying your body. That's why my neighbor said to me, he said to me, "You're looking younger even from 2 weeks ago." He says, "You're looking younger, dude. Like, what are you doing?" And I told him, I said, "I just keep going to the buffet and I can't stop eating. I go home and I keep eating. I go to Nations and I keep eating." Because at first he said, "You go to Nations or something? Are you going to Nations?" Because he knows the place. I go, "Yeah, I go there, but I'm eating a lot at the buffet." Like I told him, I eat a lot of protein. I don't just eat a little bit, I told him. I said to him, I eat astronomically a lot of protein. I said the people in there at the buffet, they're like, you're the guy with the good appetite. And they're like, "Where does it all go? You eat so much. Where does it all go? How come you're not getting fat?" And the girl there that works there, she says, "You're just getting better looking." That's what she said. She said to me, "You keep coming here and you seem to be getting better looking." I go, "Then it's working." I go, "Then it must be working. Whatever it is I'm doing must be working." But if I go to a gym and I keep breaking my body down and I just eat slave food diets here and there, Cocoa Puffs, whatever, and I keep doing this what Blaha's doing, guess what? I'm gonna look like Blaha, bro. Get it? And I don't want to look like him. I'm gonna start crying.
They're still weak. Okay? And this is a problem because they're putting out information and they're literally telling their audience, "Oh, no, 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 no. We can just do this and we can, whatever, we can do machines and do sets of 8." A lot of them are now saying 5 to 8, even a lot of the fake natties, which at least they're pushing some weight. But still, it's not like high reps don't build muscle, so they're awesome.
You are going to destroy yourself and you are going to look like the mummy if you exercise your body. If you don't regenerate your body by lifting periodically. I'm going to tell you one more time, people. I'm going to tell you in your face. If you don't if you're a lifting slave, okay, you're already a lifting slave. There's nothing I can do about that. But what I can do is tell you this. As a lifting slave, you want to lift periodically so that you can get a relative of a minute amount of micro tears in your muscle and bone. So then your body can go through a regeneration. It'll get better. You'll get stronger. You'll get bigger, better, stronger, and faster. But you're going to get weaker, uglier, and shittier if you keep doing what Blaha's doing by exercising your body, breaking down proteins. You understand me? You're going to look like him, caca.
They're being ridiculous, right? You get real big on sets of 12. Sorry, reality, you can. All right, now, that being
Yeah, reality check. You are not getting stronger. None of you are. Blaha's weak. That's why he has to keep exercising and take his steroids, because he's weak.
said,
And all you people are weak out there because you can't produce kinetic energy. I know because I've watched you and I've watched people on their channel. I see them lift a heavy weight and then they go try to show their kinetic energy. They start punching a punching bag. They can't even punch a punching bag because they're weak. They have no kinetic energy. But then they'll tell you, "Hey man, I'm strong. I can tear you apart." Well, if you couldn't tear the what do you call it, the punching bag apart, what makes you think that you could tear people apart? Give me a break, man.
we're seeing so much of this nonsense to where it is all fluff and pump still.
It's all fluff and pump. We're seeing fluff and pump. Yeah, that's Blaha. You're fluffing and you're pumping, going there often. You're an endurance lifter. Endurance wears your body out. Sprints regenerate you. Sprinting, regenerative. This type of stuff, what you're doing here, endurance lifting, endurance ages you, makes physique look bad. Look at endurance runners, marathon runners. They look like shit, dog shit. Now go look at sprinters. What do they look like? Muscular, built. They look amazing. So, see the comparison, man? Bodybuilding is not endurance, bro. Get it? It's a sprint. It's not based on endurance. It's based on regeneration.
Machines, fluff and pump. Nothing's even being trained that hard. like you watch a lot of these guys, it's like you're not even going hard on those machines. You don't have true progressive overload. Sets are nowhere near failure, nothing to failure. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Arc'teryx.
Okay? And it's fascinating. They've got guys in the gym 5-6 days a week just goofing off. And yet, when you come from the generations where I come from, you were expected to be big and strong before you used anything. Dudes weren't lifting weights 5-6 days a week.
Dudes, working 5-6 days a week working out. Yeah, it's factory worker. That's why factory workers, it's endurance. That's why they look aged when before they even retire. They look so old, worn out like an old shoe.
Okay,
Law looks worn out like an old shoe.
Let's again. Some of the most jacked and strongest guys, like really jacked dudes I knew, were sometimes training 3 days a week. 4 was on the more extreme end. Like people would do cardio. I'm not saying people didn't come in and do cardio, right? And everyone used less stuff back then too, by the way, when you start chatting with guys. It was not the amounts people use today. Like even these casual influencers, you really start talking, they start talking about what they do. When they admit it, it's ridiculous. So here's the problem. These people are putting out information for naturals. They're going to put out information for people using stuff. But it's all lazy training. It's literally, well, if we just train 5 or 6 days a week, we can not squat. We can skip benches and deadlifts and weighted pull-ups and these things. And then their audience is wondering why they're not getting results. You know, they're coming in and they're doing just endless low-quality sets.
The reason why they're not getting results, they're getting results, but not the results that they want. Because the results that they're getting is accelerated aging. That's the results they're getting. They're destroying their physique and them and their attractiveness. That's the result they're getting. But the result that they want to get, well, they're not getting that. Yeah, that's for sure.
Tons of cables, machines, isolation.
That's like Blaha.
Huge amount.
That's like Blaha. He doesn't understand bodybuilding is based on just regeneration, lifting periodically, regenerating your body. You're regenerating it. You're getting new cells. You're building new cells. That's what the whole point. You constantly are going through a regeneration. Then you want to eat your natural diet when you're regenerating so you can create better looking cells. Now, if you eat slave food diet and you try to regenerate with bodybuilding, you'll create terrible looking cells. You'll look terrible. That's the reason why your body actually regenerates. Your body does regenerate. Your skin, your organs, your bone every every 10 years or something, or your muscle every half a decade or something or whatever. There's turnover in muscle. So your body is kind of regenerating. But here's the question. When those regeneration periods come, what have you been eating to regenerate? I'm talking about natural regeneration of your body. I'm not talking about going to the gym and you accelerating this regeneration and then eating a natural carnivore, raw carnivore animal diet. So that I'm saying in lifting, these guys, they're just breaking down their bodies, okay? Now, they're not really replacing anything in their body other than they're replacing some stuff there, but it's with the slave food diet, and the slave food diet is just going to make your physique look worse and worse and worse. Now, when you eat a natural raw carnivore diet and you apply bodybuilding principles like regeneration, you're going to look better, bro. You're going to start looking better and better and better. Here's the thing. I just am relying on my body's regenerative properties right now because I don't have time. I'm going there, eating a lot. I'm eating like as raw as I can eat animal products all day, raw eggs, this, that, raw beef blood, some raw organs. And then I go eat raw fish a lot and a bunch of stuff, bro. So the point is this. The more raw you could go, the better off you are. I'm just using my body's regenerative properties. But when I start applying the gym again, when I start going back to the gym and I apply it, it'll be for regenerative demands only. Will I get stronger? Of course I'll get stronger because I'm going to build myofibrillar growth. That's the whole idea. In regeneration and bodybuilding, you're building myofibrillar growth. And you're regenerating your body. So you're going to get physically stronger by building more myofibrillar growth. That is more tangible than somebody lifting 6 days a week and relying on motor unit strength. Get it? And aging the shit out of themselves and eating a slave food peasant diet like Blaha.
The volume of low quality volume, and they're coming in and having them do 5 and 6 day a week training and all this nonsense.
That's nonsense. He's nonsense.
This is a problem because they're not getting results. And look at these same influencers over here. Oh, I got ripped without cardio. I work all this junk in, and it's like
I got ripped without cardio. I just started eating meat, raw animal products, and I got ripped. So I don't know what Blah's talking about. I'm not to the degree where I'm totally ripped, where my body's gonna go like absolutely 0 fucking 3% body fat. No, I'm ripped to the point where my body sees it comfortable where it's supposed to be.
it's ludicrous. And their people don't get results. They're small, they're weak, because they're following a bunch of fake Natties.
They don't get results because they're small and they're weak. Well, if they're small and they're weak, then they were small and weak. They were small and weak to begin with. Why are they weak? Because they're eating slave food diet.
Who do not.
They're domesticated animals. Look, are boars stronger than pigs? Well, a pig is a boar, right? So it's been domesticated. It's a pig now. So boars are obviously stronger than pigs because they're out in the wild. They're not domesticated. What happens to humans when they're domesticated? They become like pigs, weak. They eat the slop like the pigs. Pigs eat the slop. They domesticate. They lose their tusks. They lose their muscularity. They become fat, obese. So what's Blaha? Domesticated animal. He's obese. And he's lifting in this garage eating slave food diet.
Understand basic training principles. Who never built a base, never built a strength base, which is why your guys are not going to gain muscle.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you are drug free
Yeah.
and you are not strong, you are not going to gain large amounts of muscle. You're just not. And you need to be
You're not going to gain muscle if you repetitively lift in the gym.
doing the big exercises. That's where your training economy comes from. Right? Squat, bench, deadlift.
You could only break your muscles down once, and then you have to go and grow them the rest of the week.
Pull-ups, rows, overhead pressing, dips. This is your money. That's where your money is, right there. Not saying you can't fill in all the other gaps with other stuff. Not
That's where the money is, bro.
saying not to do other stuff. I'm not telling you some machines aren't useful.
Okay.
But by and large, these are your afterthoughts after you've done all the real work. These are secondary exercises to fill in the gaps.
Oh, yeah.
But these people are not teaching people to get strong on the basics and push progressive overload on the basics.
See, they're not teaching them to get strong. Overload on the basics.
And it really is just endless pump volumes, which if you use enough drugs will work.
Endless pump volumes.
Sure, plenty of these guys are jacked. But how many of them would be fairly jacked if they just did jumping jacks with the stuff they use?
Sure.
Okay? And then all the fat burners they use, and they do whatever nonsense to get ripped.
Yeah.
And then you got to look at a lot of it, like you look at the garbage diet some of them eat and they're ripped. It's like, how much of that?
Some of the garbage diets they eat and they're ripped and stuff. They're ripped because it's artificial. They're taking anabolics, but whatever. Man, or they're starving themselves to death or whatever. Yeah, these shitty diets. Like Blaha, he's on a shitty peasant slave food diet.
Is T3 and cleanse.
How can you expect to build a beautiful physique, like have a nice body, if you're eating unnatural food and lifting at the same time? It's being absorbed even rapidly in there all the time. It's trying to be absorbed, but just destroying his physique. That's all he's doing is destroying physique, body destroyer.
And now using GLPs and all this other stuff in the mix. How much of this is your drugs? Because your diets are bad. They're eating junk food.
Yeah, look at your teeth. Look at Blaha's teeth. They're crooked and they're bad. That's an indicator.
Oh, I eat these protein cookies. Yeah, that's junk food. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
If you weren't using a bunch of drugs, you would not look like you look eating that junk food. Reality.
Yeah, reality check.
But again, it's fake natties, and they're leading their audience astray. Instead of having them get really strong on the basics, they're doing that. Because these guys didn't get strong on the basics. They didn't have anything till they went on drugs. And now they're out here putting out information, and there are hundreds and hundreds of them on every platform.
Yeah, okay.
And they are leading their audience astray. Their audience is getting no
That's Blaha. He put people on the 5x5 program and destroyed them.
results. And they are not going to
Ice Cream Fitness.
until they stop following these clowns.
Until they stop following these clowns. Yes, stop following him. Clowns. I'll see you in the next one. This is funny. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one.